Welcome back to another video where we are going to be taking a look at the new Brickafig product. Yes, that's right, the World War II United States 9th Infantry Division U.S. Army soldier. Yes, that's right. This guy is incredible, complete with arm printing, 360 UV printing all the way around, and texture helmet printing. Oh my goodness, guys, this is truly legendary. Dave, are you excited about this figure as much as I am?
When I ran my hand over that textured helmet, it was like the windows of heaven opened up.
I don't know if I would go completely that far, but it is pretty nice. It is pretty nice. So we're going to walk you through the history of this figure, and actually it's a very cool figure. Not only is it representing a unit of history, but it's actually representing a guy in history. So we'll talk more about that in a minute, but and it has kind of a unique connection to the channel as well. So yeah, Dave, where do you want to start?
At the beginning, because that's a very good place to start.
So the whole inspiration for this figure came about because I was doing my weekly Thursday live stream, right? And so I was chilling, you know, if you want to go join us, you can do that as well. We're not growing, but maybe you could help it grow. But anyway, so I didn't really want to do a World War II unit, but I kept getting asked to do a World War II guy. And so I kept thinking, okay, well, you know, what hasn't been done in LEGO before? What hasn't been done? And so anyway, I was asking my viewers, I was like, hey, does anybody know a particular regiment that, you know, hasn't been done before?
9th Infantryman, they fought the Lear SS Division in World War II. Anyway, I might consider doing that.
And this guy, you know, commented, he was like, hey, you know, my grandfather actually was in the war. I was like, oh, really? And then he
Sam Burns.
Sam Burns is the guy, the actual guy in the war. And so anyway, he told me more about this regiment and this unit, and so like, okay, it hadn't been done before, so we're gonna do it. And so that's how the inspiration came. Sam Burns is the guy. You know, this is actually Sam Burns in LEGO. We based his face off the real guy. And so, you know, I think it's kind of cool that we not only just did a regiment from history, but we did an actual, like, character, an actual, like, real human being that isn't, like, this particular famous person, and isn't a particular, you know, like, just, you know, like a big general or something, but he's a guy that fought, and, you know, and it was a really amazing. He got tons and tons of medals and stuff, so, I mean, this guy was a really a cool guy, and, you know, you probably will never hear about him, you know. And so it's really cool to, you know, celebrate that and honor him that way.
And Sam's widow, your listener's grandmother, is still alive, so shout out to her.
Yes.
That's very cool. So when we heard this story, we thought, yep, Sam deserves a minifigure. So yes. That's what you did.
Yes. So anyway, we'll take you through. But what happened with the 9th Infantry? What did they do? And what makes them kind of very special unit?
Well, we'll focus just on the 9th Infantry Division in World War II. They had a couple of nicknames. One was Old Reliables, and the other was the Notorious 9th. And they were one of the first U.S. units to see combat. They landed in Algiers in 1942. They fought their way across North Africa into Sicily. They arrived on Utah Beach on June 10th, 1944, 4 days after the invasion, and they fought their way through France and across Belgium. They fought in the Ardennes forest, and they became one of the first units to actually penetrate into Germany itself. They ended up deep in the heart of Germany and ultimately took control of the Dachau concentration camp. So a lot of history there. The most distinctive thing about their uniform, we tried to make this minifigure as accurate as possible, is the shoulder patch, which is a...
the flower, the red, white, and blue flower.
It's a red, white, and blue shoulder patch. It's called an octofoil, and it dates back to the days of heraldry and actually all the way to the 15th century. And it was given to the 9th son of a family. So you have a circle in the middle that represents the sun, and then you've got 8 little kind of petals on the outside, which represents the other 8. So 9th son, 9th division, you get it. They got their Old Reliables moniker. They exhibited great bravery and heroism under fire, and they took a dam in Germany early in 1945, and the Corps commander was so impressed by the ferocity of the attack of the 9th Infantry that he called them the old reliables. He said there's no substitute for a battle-hardened and experienced combat division, that no army has ever known better soldiers than we are now privileged to command. So, high praise indeed. Interestingly, probably the most famous person to serve in the 9th Infantry Division, you probably will never guess this, but yes, Forrest Gump. If you listen carefully to the movie, when serving in Vietnam in 1994, he was a member of the 4th Platoon, Company A, 2nd Battalion, 47th Infantry of the 9th Infantry Division. So, a lot of history. They do have their own website with more fascinating stuff, and we're just really proud to pay homage to an actual, not only division, but also to a person who is a hero, not only to his family, but to everybody. And, you know, he may not be a household word, but he was a hero.
Yep. So that's a pretty cool history and very unique, and so we're glad to make him in Lego. I think we should take a look at the figure, what we did specifically for the figure. So one thing is we did arm printing. We had to have the flower patch on there, and also the buttons as well. And so yeah, that was definitely a detail. Now the texture printing hat, so this is UV printing on this helmet here, and it basically is replicating netting that would be on the hat. And so actually if you raise your finger over it, you can see that there is a raised printing there, which is really cool to see. So that's a pretty cool thing. Going down the front of his torso, you got some belts and some pouches in there, all your kind of fun stuff. And then the legs, some shading and stuff to signify that there are pants there. And down at the bottom, you got some boots. Going around on the other side, just some more pouches and I think a canteen kind of holder there. And then you got a leg pocket as well, continuing down to the boots, the back, continuing the straps that were on the front, and then the other side, just some more pouches as well. So he's fully 360 UV printed, all the details that you would want. We
gave him a Grand Rifle.
Yes, because that is what they would be holding and using in the war. So yeah, that's I think all there is to it. This guy is available now at brickafig.com. You can go pick yourself up one. We also have other products as well, some World War I figures, some Civil War figures, and then French and Indian War figures as well. We're gonna definitely not do any more World War II stuff, probably, depending on how this launch goes. If this goes really well, maybe we might consider it, but I definitely want to go back to French and Indian War stuff. There's some more stuff that can be done from that, and I think that is probably where we're going to go next. But there also is some kind of niche printed items we're probably going to do in the meantime before we kick back into French and Indian War stuff. Also, my 3D printer has been fired up, and I've been trying to learn how to do that, so maybe some 3D prints coming as well. So yeah, the business still going strong, and also kits, there's still some more kits in the works right now. Nothing absolutely planned yet, but we do have some that are, we're thinking about making. So if you have any ideas, as always, please drop them down in the comments. If you want to go follow the Instagram page, it's where you get constant updates. You get, when stuff is coming out, and get some pictures and stuff like that. You might as well go and follow that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and Dave, we'll see you guys on the next one.